face it, April. I'm a part of your life. And I'm always going to be a part of your life. You and I have shared something that no two women have ever shared before in the same way. And it wasn't as if we were fighting over the same man. We were just two wives who loved our husbands.
Draper was never your husband.
Oh, yes, he was. You may not want to think about it, but it's true just the same. Draper was my husband, in every sense of the word.
The only thing that is important now is that you are out of his life for good. Do you understand me?
No, April. I'm not out of his life. How can I be? I'm going to have his baby.
What did you say?
I said I'm pregnant.
Oh, no. Oh, no, that's not true. You're lying. You're just making it all up.
Why would I make up something like that? I'm going to be a mother. Isn't it wonderful? Come on, April. Most people try to act much happier when they hear news like this.
You keep trying to tell us how well you are emotionally. Well, I am more convinced than ever that you are very sick.
No. No, I'm more in control of myself than I ever have been before. Calmer and I'm more peaceful. They say that happens to women when they're having a baby.
You're making this up because you want to cause trouble between Draper and me.
Oh, no, I don't want to cause any trouble. It's just something that happened, that's all. And remember, Draper and I were husband and wife for almost 6 months. Newlyweds, really. It's really very natural, don't you think?
Has this been verified by a doctor?
A woman knows. Didn't you know when you were having Julia?
No, a doctor told me.
Well, don't worry. I have been to a doctor. Draper took me yesterday.
Draper knows about this, too?
Yes, of course. Oh, that's right. You thought he was taking me to a psychiatrist. See, he didn't want to tell you anything until we were absolutely sure. I wasn't supposed to tell you anything either. But you really gave me no choice, April.
Isn't true. Can't be.
The test results will be ready soon. Might even be ready right now. And then you'll see. I am part of this family. And that's why I wanted that apartment downstairs.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that takes grease out of your way, and by Coast Soap, the refreshing soap that brings you back to life.
Babysitting means sitting. Oh, come on, Grandma.
Lillian Kimmel is pooped. She needs Coast deodorant soap, the eye-opener. No other soap refreshes like Coast with its exhilarating scent. No soap has bubblier lather. Coast brings you back to life.
Now that's what we call cutting rug.
Bring yourself back to life with Coast, the eye-opener.
Thought I found a bargain dishwashing liquid. Bargain, huh? The dishes still felt greasy. I'll stay with Dawn, thanks. My Dawn handles grease better.
Dawn handles more grease for the money. Watch. We'll wash equal loads of greasy dishes in equal amounts of so-called bargain liquid and Dawn. With all that grease in the water, dip 2 clean plates. Look, the bargain liquid plate picked up grease, but look at the Dawn plate. Dawn, handle more grease for your money.
Nelson, what are you doing here?
Seeing if I can do my job with one hand tied behind my back. Mike didn't like that joke either. I'm finishing up the Collier report. I think we can get our client a full settlement on this one.
That's not what I meant, Cliff. I thought you were in the hospital.
I was in a hospital. The doctors discharged me. I guess I've healed sufficiently, or else my dashing good looks were too much for the nurses to handle.
Don't you think you're rushing things just a little bit?
I like playing the brave little soldier. Besides, it's about time I got back to the battle for truth, justice, and the American way.
Conscientious.
Draper, I was afraid if I stayed away too long, you and Mike might figure out a way to do without me.
Cliff. Believe me, without you, this office would never be the same. Good to see you back.
Oh, did you see Mike this morning yet?
No, what?
Well, maybe you better come in and sit down. I saw him when I came in, and he told me some news that made me want to go directly from the hospital to bed.
Well, you have pain, then?
No. My shoulder's okay. I developed a serious case, though, of clientus disillusionmentosis.
Oh. All right, Cliff. What's that?
Well, after Mike welcomed me back here, he told me a little story. It seems that my client, Kelly McGrath, has changed his specialty from puppeteering to being a magician. He's developed a disappearing act.
What?
Kelly's flown the coop. I guess the police net was closing in too tight on him.
That was the dumbest thing he could have done. Things didn't look too good for the kid before, but now...
Yeah, that's where the disillusionmentosis sets in. Draper, Kelly's caused me to lose faith in him. Do you think it's possible that he's guilty?
I don't know, Cliff. I want to think not, if only because he's Mike and Nancy's nephew.
That's not proof of innocence.
I know that, Cliff.
He's even caused me to doubt me.
Why?
I thought I knew who done it. I mean, I was clicking along there like old Charlie Chan. Me and #1 redhead Deborah. We had the whole thing all figured out.
You thought it was Raven.
Well, it's either Raven or the butler, and Elliot didn't have any butler. Had to be Raven. Hello, Anna. Yeah, he's here. It's your wife.
Hi, honey, what's up?
Could you please come home now? It's important.
Honey, what's wrong? Is the baby sick? Are you all right?
No, we're fine. On second thought, actually, I am feeling a little sick. I just heard something that gave me a case of morning sickness.
Morning sickness?
Oh, that's my cue, huh? I'll go have Anna type this up.
Does this have something to do with Emily?
It has absolutely everything in the world to do with Emily, so would you please come home and we can talk about what she just told me?
What did she say to you?
Oh, nothing at all. Just told me about a little visit to the doctor's office you made yesterday. I told her I was sure the results were going to be negative. What do you think, Drake?
It couldn't be anything else. Honey, listen to me. She is lying. It's a delusion she's having, another symptom of that illness.
Well, frankly, it's made me ill, and I can't stand being in the same room with her, so would you please come home so we can talk about it?
All right. Take it easy. I'll be right there.
You have absolutely no idea where Kelly could have gone.
None whatsoever.
Well, your nephew really picked a peculiar time to decide to take a vacation.
Oh, I hope you don't think his leaving is an admission of guilt.
Nobody's jumping to any conclusions, Nancy.
Well, why do you think he decided to run out like that?
Well, the note he left for us made it quite clear that he was more concerned about causing trouble for us than for himself.
No, what made him think he was going to do that?
Well, this is a sort of deja vu situation for him.
How so?
One of the reasons he left Rome was to spare his parents grief.
Yeah, and I'm sure he feels now just as he felt then. By leaving, then everybody would forget, and they could go on leading normal lives.
Well, Nancy, the police cannot adopt an out-of-sight, out-of-mind attitude.
Of course, we realize he is part of an ongoing investigation.
Well, it doesn't look good. I mean, when we add this to all the other information we've got, it certainly doesn't make Kelly look any less guilty.
Yeah, Mike, didn't you advise him how it would look if he did something like this?
I did. But I'm sure Kelly is a very frightened young man who is reacting, not thinking.
That's why we came here, to ask you if you could help us try to find him, unofficially.
Not as cops.
Deborah, I'm convinced if Nancy and I can just talk to the boy, we'll be able to reason with him and get him to return.
Oh, well, that's kind of rough. Yeah, well, look, if you wait a day and file a missing persons report, at least then we could use some of our official resources.
I understand, Calvin, but I would prefer to avoid anything that would make Kelly think he's the object of a manhunt.
Well, if we help you, we need some more information.
Fine. What do you want?
Has he ever mentioned any friends of his who live in other areas? Maybe he went to hang out with them.
You know, it's so interesting. He's lived so many places, but very little time in the United States.
That report was supposed to be on my desk, but... Oh, excuse Mike. Nancy.
Good morning.
Hello, Chief.
This is a surprise. To what do we owe this honor?
Something's happened, Chief. Something you've got to know about.
I got my A's.
I got my B's.
We've got our E's.
Got my C and D.
I get Myadec because I want more for me.
Myadec, 11 vitamins and 6 minerals. More potency than the other leading multivitamins with minerals.
I got my manganese, magnesium, my copper, and my zinc. My niacin and iodine.
Iron. I get Myadec because I want more for me.
From Park Davis.
Barbara, you've got a great pair of legs.
Need a little magic to make your tummy disappear? Try my magic. Legs Control Top Pantyhose with feel-free control. Legs Control Top holds you in all the right places, but you feel free as a breeze.
Stretching, bending, standing. There's one pantyhose that's always fitting. Nothing beats a great pair of legs.
Now, look, I respect your opinions, both of you. You know that. I just hope your trust hasn't been misplaced.
Chief, are you thinking of taking police action?
All right. For the moment, I'm not going to put out an all-points bulletin. But if that boy doesn't return soon of his own volition, I've got to do something. After all, he's at least wanted as a material witness.
You really mean the suspect, don't you?
Yes, Nancy, he is our prime suspect.
Well, you're not telling us anything we didn't know already, especially after your visit last night.
Look, it doesn't mean he's the only... He didn't do anything illegal by running away.
That's true. Technically, he's still within his rights.
Now, as I said, I'm willing to give the boy a reasonable amount of time to get his carcass back here. It's just that if he takes more time than that...
Chief, how much is more?
Mike, if you don't hear from him within 2 days, I have to make it official.
Well, there's nothing out there. Couldn't ask for a more fitting view, could we? Nothing is exactly what we have to look forward to, Kelly. Okay, time to get up. Just scare you to get up.
Good morning.
And how are you this morning, Mr. Smith?
Mr. Smith?
Mm-hmm. You're Mr. Smith and I'm Mrs. Smith. That's what we signed the register as last night.
Oof. You have to be more clever than that. Bet you the desk clerk didn't buy that one for a second, did he?
Well, I wouldn't worry about it. I'm sure there's a convention of Smiths and Joneses in places like this every day.
Well, I'm glad you're the one who woke me up. I was half expecting a pack of bloodhounds or a police bullhorning yelling, "Come out with your hands up!"
Don't worry, you're safe. So far.
God, what time is it?
I'm not sure, but the sun has been up for a while.
How long have you been up?
Since before the sun, I'm afraid.
Well, how was the bed?
Lumpy.
You didn't get very much sleep, did you?
Well, it wasn't lack of comfort that kept me awake.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry I slept so late. Oh.
Hey, no need to apologize. It's not as if we made any big plans for today, is it?
Everything's still up in the air, I guess.
So what are we gonna do now, Kelly?
You hungry?
Starving.
Well, then our first order of business ought to be to buy some breakfast.
Yeah, except that's gonna cost money. And money is something we have very little of.
Could you write a television commercial?
No. How about for a product you believe in? How about your extra action time?
I believe in it, so I'm sure I could.
These crazy guys are my husband and brother-in-law. They're helping me show how my Tide cleans muddy soil better than another powder. Ooh, they're going to be filthy. There, these shirts were white. Now, I've marked my brother-in-law's grungy shirt, and I'll wash it in Tide. And I'll take my husband's shirt and wash it in another powder this wise guy bought on sale. Look, the shirt washed in that other powder still has mud all over, but the shirt washed in Tide is really cleaner. So if you've got a husband that ever shops for you, better tell him this. Get Tide.
Women trust Tide. It's the best detergent on American soil.
Could you make a food stain that's too tough for any cleanser to clean? Could you?
I'm sure I could.
Comet challenges Carol Stevens' cleanser to clean the worst stain she can think up.
I'm putting blueberries and dark, awful tea into the sink. If I don't have to clean this now, I'll be okay.
After they dried in, she added cooking grease and heavy pot marks.
Let's compare your cleanser to Comet. Tell me what's happening.
I can't believe this. It's like night and day. Comet is so much better. Look at this.
Only Comet has chlorinol, and chlorinol is more than bleach. It's an exclusive combination of grease cutters and stain removers.
It's clean. It speaks for itself. Comet really works.
Convince yourself. Comet cleans tougher stains better.
There goes dinner. Okay, let's go, boys. Let me turn that chicken off.
What's dinner, Chief? I'm starving.
The chicken. It's been soaking in Crisco oil.
I had to soak up more oil. Won't it taste greasy?
One way to find out.
Hey, terrific.
There's no greasy taste.
That Crisco oil's all right, Chief.
Give a little credit to the cook, MacArthur.
Why do Crisco oil foods taste great?
No greasy taste.
And Crisco oil has no cholesterol.
60, 80, 1, 2, 12 cents. It's not very much money, is it? Well, we're just gonna have to pick up some work as we go along. Maybe wait on tables or something. Just take it one day at a time and make as much money as we need as we go.
Go where?
As far away from Monticello as this tiny fortune will take us.
You know, the more I think about this, Kelly, the more I hate what we're doing.
I have to do what I'm doing, Jody.
Well, I guess it's not like we did anything wrong, right?
Well, the police certainly think I did something wrong. I'm not gonna hang around this place until they throw me in jail for something I didn't do.
Well, it's not you. It's me. I'm the real criminal. Look what I'm doing to my sister.
No, you didn't do anything wrong, Jody. Nicole's sick, that's all. There's nothing you could do.
But I could make her well. But I just can't face the thought of what they want me to do.
You didn't leave a note, did you?
No, I didn't. But they'll know why I ran away. They'll know I was afraid.
Listen, do you think you better call and tell them you're okay?
Yeah. I guess it isn't right just walking out without saying anything.
There's the phone. Oh, okay. I'll go wash up, okay?
Well, I gotta call somebody. But I can't call Nicole. I just can't.
Wiley Dance Studio.
Hi, Gavin. It's Jody.
Well, how's the star of the Whitney Dance Company?
Gavin, I called to talk about my lesson for this afternoon.
Can you make it about 3 sharp? I've got a class coming in at 4.
I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to make it at all.
Why not? You feeling all right?
In fact, I don't think I'm coming back to the studio ever again.
What are you talking about?
I've decided that a change of scenery might be nice. I'm taking a little trip.
You've got to be kidding. You can't leave. Not now. Not when it's all beginning to start up for you.
This is something I have to do for me, Gavin.
I think we better talk about this, Jody.
There's nothing to talk about. Would you just do me a favor and tell Martine that I'm really sorry, but I can't join her dance company, and tell her I hope it's a great success, and I'm sorry I couldn't get the chance to dance with her.
Jody, you've got to tell me what's going on. Where are you?
Gavin, I want to thank you. for everything you've done for me. You've been wonderful.
Jody, you can't just quit without giving me some, explanation. What you're doing is crazy.
You know, if I ever make it to Broadway, I promise I'll let you know.
Jody, obviously something's happened. I want you to tell me what it is. Jody!
Hello, Gavin.
Hey, Kavanaugh, what brings you here?
I thought Jody might be here. This is her second home.
You just missed her.
She was here?
I just talked to her on the phone.
Did she tell you where she was calling from?
No, we just had one very strange conversation.
Would you mind telling me what she said, please?
See if you can figure it out. Just as everything's turning up bases for Jody, she decides to chuck it and leave town.
She left town?
She told me never to expect to see her here again, and to tell Miss Duval thanks but no thanks.
All right, she give you any reason for leaving?
I asked, but she wasn't telling. She was obviously very upset. She was crying.
Man, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen.
I get the impression that you have some idea what this is all about.
Yes, I know what it's all about. She's running away.
Running away? Don't you think she's kind of old for that?
Yes, I do.
What's she running away from?
Herself.
I don't understand.
Have you ever met my wife?
We've been introduced.
Well, Nicole's been ill recently.
Yeah, Jody said she wasn't feeling very well.
Well, yeah, but Jody has just found out what we've known for some time. Nicole is desperately ill. She's got a rare form of anemia. Now, there's one possible course of treatment that could save her life. We want to do a bone marrow transplant. But in order for that to have any chance of success, the donor's got to be a blood relative.
Which means Jody.
Which means Jody. Obviously, the prospect was too frightening for her. It was too difficult a decision for her to make, and so she's run away from it.
What happens now?
What happens now is we got to find her. So I don't know how.
Was there anything I can do to help?
Yeah. If you do hear from her again, I wish you'd just let me know, all right?
Of course.
And maybe you could tell her to please get in touch with me, although I don't know whether she will or not.
I'll pass the word on.
Other than that, all we can do is hope that she turns up soon, comes to her senses soon. Thank you very much for your time, Gavin.
Doc?
Yeah?
I hope everything turns out all right.
So do I.
I better tell Martine that she's going to need another dancer. Yeah, I'd like to speak to one of your guests, Martine Duval. Duval. D-U-V-A-L.
Wrong, Gavin. That suite is in my name. Whitney.
Inside that little Hershey's Kiss
Is the big, big taste of chocolate.
Inside this little Hershey's Kiss
Is the chocolate we all love.
Inside this little Hershey's Kiss
Is the big, big taste of chocolate.
Hershey's Kisses, that little mouthful of chocolate everybody loves, wrapped in all the colors of Christmas.
Inside this little Hershey's Kiss
Is the chocolate we all love.
Butterball presents
The spirits of the first turkey lovers.
Ah, 'tis a moment of great importance.
Indeed. Will the turkey be juicy?
Let us hopeth.
For a juicy turkey every time, count on Butterball. It's deep pasted a special way for plump, juicy white meat right down to the wishbone.
'Tis juicy. It's really juicy.
Thy turkey was often dry.
Thou never bagged a butterball.
Butterball from Swift. 'Tis truly plump and juicy.
Linda Carter becomes involved in a top-secret mission and receives a visitor from Paradise Island on Wonder Woman tonight at 6 o'clock. Then later, a Hollywood scriptwriter is given custody of a runaway girl in Susan Slept Here, tonight's movie at 8 o'clock on Channel 48.
April.
Well, look who's here. Daddy's home.
Draper, hello. It's such a treat getting to see you in the middle of the day.
Emily, what on earth have you done now?
Oh, I couldn't help it. Now, April's all upset with me.
What did you expect me to do? Offer to write out the birth announcement?
You told me you were going to let me tell April my own way and my own time.
Why didn't you tell me, Draper?
Honey, I was not trying to keep anything from you.
It's true, isn't it? The wife's always the last one to know.
I just wanted to make sure there was something to tell. I had to make sure. That's why I took her to the doctor.
And I honestly thought you would convince her to get her head examined.
I didn't mean to tell her, Draper, but she's so antagonistic toward me, and we were quarreling, and I guess I lost my head and I let it slip out. I am sorry.
All right. Look, now that everyone concerned is duly informed, what do you think we should do about it?
We do nothing. We just wait for the results of the test.
You know, the only thing I feel bad about is that some poor little helpless rabbit had to give his all just to confirm I'm pregnant.
They don't use rabbits anymore, Emily.
Don't they? Learn something every day.
Oh, look, Emily has told me that she thinks the results might be in this morning.
Only one way to find out.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Don't count your children, Emily, before they're conceived.
Hello, I'm calling for Emily Michaels. She was in to see Dr. Jastrow yesterday for a pregnancy confirmation.
Oh, yes, I remember, Mrs. Michaels. As a matter of fact, I believe I saw that laboratory report in the morning mail.
Do you have the results?
I'm sure we do. Just hold on a few moments, okay? Such a ton of mail every day. I'll put you on hold.
The results are in.
I just didn't wake up one day and switch to Tylenol from aspirin. 4 years ago, I was given Tylenol for a headache. It really worked. Then I heard something that impressed me even more. It turns out Tylenol is the pain reliever hospitals use most. And if hospitals trust Tylenol, I can feel better about using it at home for my family.
For relief you can trust. Trust Tylenol. Hospitals do. And now the Tylenol family has a new regular strength capsule.
Bones brand dog snack from Purina is so much like a real steak bone, dogs will even act like they have a real bone. Some dogs play with bones before they crunch it up, but some don't play around at all. Because just like a real bone, Bones has a crunchy teeth-cleaning outer ring and a soft, beefy-tasting center. So dogs like bones, like dogs like bones. And now there are large bones, medium bones, and small bones.
Mrs. Michaels, as a matter of fact, I believe I saw